Now, let's talk about a reality of living in Ripon that doesn't always show up on real estate brochures: the weather. More especially the hot summers and occasional wildfire smoke. If you're coming from the Bay Area or a coastal climate, this could be one of the biggest adjustments you'll have to make. Let's start with the heat. Ripon is part of California's Central Valley, and the summers here are hot. We're talking triple-digit temperatures in July, August, and sometimes even into September. It's not unusual to have several weeks where the high hits 100 degrees or more, and unlike coastal areas that get cool breeze in the evening, the heat in Ripon can stick around well into the night. So if you love mild weather or spending all day outside during the summer, you want to plan accordingly. That means making sure your home has solid air conditioning, possibly investing in a whole house fan or upgrading insulation, and being realistic about your energy costs during these hotter months. It also means your daily routine might shift. Early morning or evening walks, limiting outdoor work during the hottest parts of the day, and making use of local splash pads or community pools. Now, let's talk about smoke. Wildfires are a growing concern across California, and while Ripon itself is not in a high fire risk zone, smoke from regional fires can and does affect the air quality here. During fire season, usually late summer into early fall, you may experience days or even weeks where the skies turn hazy and the air quality index reaches unhealthy levels. That means limiting outdoor activities, keeping windows closed, and relying more on indoor air filtration. For families with young kids, seniors, and anyone with respiratory issues, this is something to take serious. It doesn't happen every year, and the severity varies, but it's definitely part of the Central Valley lifestyle now. Many homeowners are investing in air purifiers, MERV-rated HVAC filters, and portable AC units with clean air settings just to be safe. One of the biggest reasons families choose Ripon and why so many people stay here long term is this: it feels safe and the community is strong. And I'm not just saying that. You can see it, hear it, and experience it when you spend time in town. Let's start with safety. Compared to many cities across California and even within the Central Valley, Ripon has consistently low crime rates. That includes both violent crime and property crimes. It's the kind of place where people feel comfortable walking their dog after dark, where children ride bikes to school, and where neighbors genuinely keep an eye out for one another. You're not going to find police helicopters buzzing overhead every night. Instead, you'll see community officers waving hello, school resource officers visiting classrooms, and a general sense of calm that you don't get in more urban areas. Now, let's talk about community. Ripon is a place where people are involved. There's a small town spirit here that really shows up when it counts. School fundraisers, sports leagues, church events, and citywide festivals. It's not just the same handful of volunteers showing up. People care, they show up, and they support each other. So if you're someone who values connection, stability, and being part of something bigger than just your street address, Ripon offers that in a really special way. And in today's world where so many communities feel disconnected or chaotic, that's a huge reason why people are planting roots right here in Ripon. Now, let's talk about challenges that a lot of buyers run into when they're trying to purchase a home in Ripon. Inventory is tight, and what that really means is there just aren't that many homes for sale at any given time. This isn't a huge city with hundreds of listings popping up every week. Ripon is a smaller, established community, so when a good home hits the market, it tends to get scooped up fast. Now, low inventory creates a few issues. First, it limits your opportunities. If you've got a special wish list, a certain layout, lot size, school zone, or just a particular street, you might have to wait. And I don't mean just a couple of days. I mean weeks or even months for the right home to show up. And when it does, you need to be ready to make a move quickly. Second, low inventory often leads to increased competition, especially for homes that are priced well and show well. It's not unusual to see multiple offers on a property within the first few days it's listed. That can be stressful, especially if you're not prepared yet, or you're trying to time the market just right. In this kind of environment, hesitation can cost you the home. And third, fewer listings sometimes means buyers have to compromise. Maybe the kitchen isn't updated, maybe the backyard is smaller than you hoped, maybe the location is a little farther from work than you originally planned. But with limited options, many buyers find themselves having to decide what is a true deal breaker and what they aren't willing to work with. Now, part of the reason inventory is so tight in Ripon is because people love living here. When someone buys a home in this town, they tend to stay. Long-term ownership is common. Families put down roots and they don't feel the need to move every few years. That's great for community stability, but not so great if you're actively trying to buy your first home here and feel like the listings are just not coming. Add that to the current market trends. Homeowners who locked in ultra-low interest rates over the past few years are holding tight. Many of them don't want to sell because they'd have to buy their next home at a much higher rate. Builders aren't building fast enough to fill the gap, and with so many buyers still trying to escape the high prices of the Bay Area, demand stays strong even when supply doesn't. So what does this mean for you? It means you need to be prepared. That includes getting pre-approved before you start looking. Know what you can comfortably afford and being clear on your properties. What are your must-haves? What are your nice-to-haves? And how fast are you willing to act when the right home comes along? It also helps to work with a local expert, someone who knows the market, knows the neighborhoods, and can alert you the minute a good fit hits the market. In a low inventory town like Ripon, timing is everything. So yes, inventory is tight, but that doesn't mean it's impossible. It just means the more prepared you are, the better chance you have of landing the right home in a community you'll love. All right, so now that we've gone through the pros and cons of buying in Ripon, let's wrap this up. If you're someone who values the peaceful small town lifestyle where neighbors look out for each other, schools are strong, and safety is part of daily life, Ripon absolutely delivers. You'll find charm, community, and quality homes in a location that still gives you access to major job markets, outdoor activities, and weekend getaways. But like every market, it's not perfect. The summers are hot. There's not much of a nightlife. You'll likely need to commute for work. And if you're trying to snag a home here, you need to move quickly because inventory is limited and competition is strong. That's why it's so important to go into the process with clear expectation and a solid strategy. Now, if you're feeling like Ripon might be the right place for you, but not sure how to get started, what you can afford, or what kind of loan makes the most sense, I can help with that. I'm a local mortgage broker and I specialize in working with first-time home buyers, relocators, and anyone who wants an honest, personalized advice, not just generic quotes from online lenders. You can call or text to schedule a free homebuyer strategy session. No pressure, no sales pitch, just a conversation to help you feel more confident about what's next. And if this video helped you, do me a favor, give it a like so more people thinking about buying in Ripon can find it too. Hit subscribe for weekly videos on market updates, mortgage tips, and homebuyer insights you won't hear anywhere else. And I'd love to hear from you in the comments. What's your biggest questions about Ripon? What excites you? What concerns you? Let me know your thoughts. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.